Hi and welcome to Schmollywood Babylon's Top 10 of 2014. It's been a great year. As usual in the beginning of the year I'm more skeptical and I see I can't see any good titles coming up, but suddenly, slowly they're creeping up through festivals and through smaller indie companies and even some good mainstream movies also. There's these big blockbusters. So I've been, but I'm a bit slow. It takes some time for me to actually watch these movies. So I've been working hard the last couple of months to try to, watch the movies everyone's talking about, and some movies only me talking about because I have a fantastic taste in movies, but very few realizes that. So what's the best 10 movies of this year? Well, I'm going to include the movies that's been maybe was in festivals in the end of 2013 but got their first official big release this year. So some of them can be about more than a year old, but hey, I don't care. I would say that one of my top favorite. I'm not going to do them in any chronological order or in any kind of order because I love every movies I watch. But I think the best one is released, really officially in the beginning of next year by Last Exit Entertainment. It's been doing all the festivals and it's gotten amazing reviews and everything you hear about it is true. It's called Der Samurai, The Samurai, directed by Till Kleinert. It's something so weird as a German queer horror drama about this lonely cop suddenly find himself fighting a wolf, but not just any wolf, because this wolf is a man dressed in female clothing and he's armed with a samurai sword, a katana. It's very creepy, it's very beautifully shot, it's a very honest movie. It's emotional. And it has the bizarre... Hello, Kitek. It has the bizarrest, wildest ending I've seen in a very, very long time, but it's cool. It's great. So, yeah, that's the first one I want to mention. The second one is Ivan Kavanaugh's The Canal, which is... I saw it on a screener. Stop it, Kitek. Stop it. Say hello to them. So... I saw it on a screener in a hotel room a couple of months ago, and it's kind of creeping up on you. It's very, very slow. It's very, it's serious. There's no humor in it because I kind of dislike humor anyway. I want my horror movies, completely. I'm almost saying soulless, but I don't mean that. I mean I want them to take the subject very, very seriously, and The Canal does that. It's about a man whose wife disappears, and he starts to dig into this, and well, maybe suddenly he's the suspect of this disappearance, and it's very difficult. It's difficult to pinpoint the atmosphere, but it's really, really creepy, and it's one of the few movies recently I felt, scared watching because it's so damn intensive suddenly. So The Canal, absolutely. Another one is a little bit more controversial, but I think it's really one of the best movies this year, best horror movies, and in the subgenre of slasher, it's a brilliant reimagination of a classic, quite overrated movie from the 70s. It's called The Town That Dreaded Sundown. And it takes the original movie and mixes it up with the real case and creates a quite violent, original, well-written thriller slasher where you're not really sure what's real and what's not real. I mean, it involves the relatives of Charles B. Pierce, the original director, and that's not flattering in this movie. But of course, I mean, it's an official remake-ish of the original movie, so it's everyone's in on it, and I promise you, it's really, really, really good. Then we have two movies. I want to mention them at the same time. First is Bobcat Goldthwait's Willow Creek, which got some hype and then was released and kind of disappeared, which I think is a pity because it's really one of the finer found footage movies in quite many years. And it's because it's so subtle. It's probably the most realistic found footage movie ever. And even if the ending comes kind of out of nowhere, it's, you know, you really get to know the characters and you believe them and you love them, and when shit hit the fans, you know, you cry for them. Excellent movie, and that leads me to the total opposite of Willow Creek, and that's Eduardo Sanchez Exists, which also is a take on Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, and also is a found footage. And this is like the 2012 of Bigfoot movies. You know, you see the Bigfoot all the time. It's spectacular. It has special effects. It has chases. It has, you know, graphic violence, and it's also a really, really good movie. And I loved it, and it was so ambitious and so fun. And yeah, and those two movies, Willow Creek and Exist, makes a perfect double feature. So yeah, that's it. The next one, I'm sure many of you won't agree with me on, but I really like it. It's directed by Fred Olen Ray's son, Christopher Ray, and it's also produced by The Asylum. I personally love The Asylum. I think they're, you know, come on, they're just doing entertainment, and I love it. This movie is called Mercenaries, which is their take on Expendables 3. Now, I don't watch Expendables 3 because I don't watch shit, because I come on, it's crap. I don't want to watch it, even if I like some of the actors. I don't like it. But Mercenaries has a all-star female cast. It's Zoe Bell, it's Cynthia Rothrock, it's Brigitte Nielsen, it's Vivica A. Fox, and let's see if there's someone I'm missing. Christiana Loken, of course. Which basically is a female action movie. It's not a female, it's an action movie where you have strong female, smart, funny, cool character that just do what they do. There's they don't depend on men, for example. They're just really, really, really cool ass-kicking women who's the heroes. And that alone for that should, you know, the Asylum should get so much, everyone should love them for that. But I haven't seen so much love for that movie, so come on, give Mercenaries a chance, or the Expendables 3.0 as it's called here in Sweden. Strange, yeah. Then we have everyone's favorite, it's Under the Skin, Jonathan Glazer's weird sci-fi drama with Scarlett Johansson, or Scarlett Johansson, maybe, yeah. Which, first time I saw it, I was hypnotized, I was mesmerized, I was sucked into it, and I'm still not really out of it. I think it's really one of the finest movies ever, really. Yeah, it's on my top 10, it's up there with Only God Forgives and Zodiac. It's like a dream. It's like a real dream, and you just love it. I don't know, I can't put it in words really, but Under Skin, of course. Next one was a big flop, and I have seen quite a lot of bad reviews, but for fans who have seen it seems to appreciate it. It stars a man I really don't like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I stopped liking him when he started to kill people for real as a governor. But in Sabotage, he's quite impressive. It's David Ayer's murder mystery. It was cut down with, I've heard, like an hour by the studio. So what we have left is a quite odd murder mystery with some extreme gore. You know, it's sometimes watching a German gore movie because it's so disgusting. The mystery itself is quite okay, but you know, I've seen better. But what I mostly like is that there's no heroes in it. It's just dirty, disgusting people. No one is happy, no one is good. It's trashy characters, and for that, you know, all respect for that. It's really impressive stuff, really impressive stuff, and I urge you, give it a chance. You know, it's a lot better than you heard of. All right. Then we have Starry Ice. It's a satire over Hollywood and finding happiness and success in Hollywood, just like David Cronenberg's Maps to the Stars, another impressive movie that came this year. But Starry Ice is more into the occult. It's more pure horror, and it's quite it's also quite disturbing look into what people do to get famous, and you really feel for the character you follow. I don't want to say so much about it, but I really think you should check it out. Okay, then we have the last on this 10, my top 10 list, is a movie that was released in I think the summer in 2013 in South Korea and some festivals, but it got a wide release this year, and that's let's see, I need to check how to pronounce his name. Yoon Ho Bong, yeah, Yoon Ho Bong, and it's of course Snowpiercer with Chris Evans, which I think is really one of the best fantasy action satires. I don't know, is that a genre? I don't know. In a very, very long time. It's also gorgeous looking. It's violent. It's a little bit shocking. It's for me, it's up there with, you know, it feels like one of, just like the Hunger Games movies, which I really like. It feels like something from the 70s. Maybe not the style, but the message, the social, the criticism of our society. It's more or less an anti-capitalist movie. I think it's a fantastic cinematic work, and I think everyone should watch it. So that's my top 10. That's my top 10. There was some movies that I really wanted to include, like Rec 4, Blue Ruin, but Blue Ruin is more a drama. It's a masterpiece, but it's more a drama. Maps Through Stars, I remember. I really like Godzilla. Really like Godzilla, but what the problem for me is the characters. The characters are so flat. It's hard to watch everything with humans. I prefer the monsters. They did a great job with the monsters, but the humans are worthless. But I still kind of look forward to the sequel in a couple of years. What We Do in the Shadows is a New Zealand mockumentary about a gang of vampires living in a flat. It's very, very funny. Afflicted, great found footage with some kind of vampire theme. Kevin Smith's Tusk, I love it. How many times have I said I love it during this? Okay, remind me to never say it again. Tusk by Kevin Smith. Crazy, weird, odd, strange movie. But you know, come on, I kind of dig Justin Long, and it's a great cast, and it's weird black comedy. Well, even that famous cameo, it's a little bit over the top, but you know, it works because the movie itself is so twisted. But it never comes up in the same quality as Red State, which I think is a great movie. I won't say I will love it, or I love it, but you know. Then we have Among the Living, from the makers of Livid and Inside. This is a great coming-of-age movie, like Stand By Me, but much gorier and much darker, and really nice atmosphere. So that's another one I would like to have included, but you know, I have to choose 10, and you know, what can I do? Okay, one more thing. There's been a lot of great DVD and Blu-ray releases this year, and I have some favorites. I have, for example, the Kino Lorber's Scorpion releasing version of Planet of the Vampires, which is a fantastic Blu-ray. It's one of the, you know, it's when I watched it, it was like, yeah, it was like taking shrooms. You know, you've never seen anything like it. It's like watching a movie you've never seen before. So great one. Arrow have released a bunch of fantastic releases, like The Girl Who Knew Too Much, Mario Bava's old, maybe the first proper giallo, awesome release. The Stray Cat Rock Box, also very nice. And of course, I was supporting it on what was it, Indiegogo or Kickstarter? It's the Bolshevik box, Camera Obscura, which is like really probably the most amazing box this year. You know, there's another one box here coming up, or two other boxes, but this one really it's crazy, really crazy. Arrow continues with this Necromantic Blu-ray. It's a fat big release of Jörg Buttgereit's famous necrophiliac movie, a masterpiece, of course. From Shout Factory, Oops, you had of course Nightbreed, which I think is a masterpiece of a movie, and they've gone all out to make this the ultimate edition ever. If you don't have it, get it. You need to have it. But last but not least is my favorite release of this year, and I know this is controversial because it's not, you know, a fancy classic movie like this. It's a German release. It's a German Blu-ray release from Platinum Cult Edition, and it's Albert Pune's Nemesis. This Blu-ray will change your life. It's probably the most beautiful print of Nemesis you ever seen. It's in proper ratio. It's crystal clear. This release is packed with bonus material, and also have two weird different cuts: a Japanese cut of the movie and some weird new director's cut, which I haven't dared to see yet. But the original cut, the one that was released in cinemas and on video in the you know, many years ago, that version is so beautiful here, and it really brings forward the action masterpiece we have here. Because I mean, this was before John Woo and the other guys came to Hollywood. This was Albert Pyun discovering this kind of action. And I mean, I promise you, if you can see movies from later, from the 90s and the 2000s, which rips off Nemesis, this little Hawaiian shot cyborg movie with what's his name now? Tim Thomerson, of course, and this Belgian guy, I don't remember his name now. It's beauty. It's really beauty. This is beauty in the form of a Blu-ray. And with that, me and Kitek will wish you all a great new year, and I hope this last week will be fantastic for you. I might return to this forum with reviews, actually, if you like it, because I like to talk and I'm a little bit tired of writing. So we'll see what happens with Schmollywood Babylon, and yeah, take care. Bye bye. Hey, Kitek. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Yeah, I know.